Good evening, friend. Study with Apala, Parvin Singh book. Chapter 3rd, Geological Work of Natural Agencies. Geological work of a winds. Introduction. Atmosphere is composed mainly of gases that are collectively known as air. Air in motions is called wind. Wind is one of the three major agents of a change on the surface of the earth. Other two being rivers and glaciers. The origins, movement, and classification of winds are all meteorological uh, topics beyond the scope of the parent rocks. In general, it may be said that winds are burns mainly due to non-uniform beatings of the surface of the earth at different places, causing differences in atmospheric pressure. The pressures difference so created make the atmospheric gases the air to move from areas of high pressures to area of low pressure in the form of winds. During such a movement, wind may create a temporary or semi-permanent change on the land surface. These change manifest themselves in the forms of some surface features. Their exact nature depending on volumes, wind velocity, nature of the surface over which the wind blow, duration of times for which it blows, and so on. So there's a strong wind blowing over loose ground, dry soils, or deserts may create many temporary news features within a short span of times, whereas very strong winds blowing over vast areas covered with dense vegetation may not affect the original topography at all or for any length of time. So winds act as agent of erosions, as a carriers for transporting particles and grains so eroded from one place, and also for depositing huge quantities of such wind blow materials at different places. These three principles modes of activity, example erosion, transportation, and depositions by wind, are briefly discussed below. Wind erosion. Wind performs work of erosions by at least three different methods: deflations, aberrations, and attritions. The deflations, Latin means deflare, means to blow away. By itself, a wind process not much erosive power over rocks or over the ground covered with the vegetations, but vents moving with sufficient velocity over dry and loose sands or bare ground covered with the dust. It can remove or sweep away huge quantity of the loose materials from the surface. This process of removals of particles of dust and sand by strong wind is called deflations. It is the main process of wind erosion in desert region. In fact, in some deserts, deflations may cause the removals of sand from a particular location to such an extent that a big enough depressions is created, sometimes with its base touching the water tables at quite a depth. Such depressions are variously called blowout vents, developed on a small scales and of a shallower depth, much deeper and extensive depressions where the water table is intersected and it get partially filled up with water is called a oasis. Oases are the most sought after location in deserts for more than one's reasons. It is only around them so that some vegetations may grow, and also there is a sustained temporary or semi permanent shelters. Oasis don't so make clear diagrams, or don't forget to make a labelings. Oasis, this WT means water table here. WT, this is water tables, and oasis. Okay. Slack is another term used for such depressions created by deflation. The cottons depressions of waters of western Egypt is one of the biggest slacks. It is 300 kilometer long and 150 kilometers wide wide. Its base is 130 meter below sea levels, and other features produced due to deflations is called hamada. It is a bare rock surface in a desert from over which with a thin cover of sand has been blown away by strong wind. It is also called a desert pavement and may extend for a considerable distance in a desert regions. Wind aberrations. Wind becomes a powerful agent for rubbing and aberrating the rock surface when naturally loaded with the sand and dust particles. This load is acquired by the strong wind quite easily when blowing over sand dunes in deserts and over the dry plugged field. This type of erosions involving rubbing, grindings, abradings, and polishing the rock surface by any natural agent, wind, water, or ice with the help of its load whilst passing over the rocks is termed as abrasion. It is one of the most common process of erosions of rock in nature. So wind abrasion is responsible for numerous features of erosion on the land surface, especially in arid areas. Yardings, pedestals, rocks, ventifact, and desert pavement are few examples. Yardings, these are elongated low lines, ridge formings overhang above local depressions. Their trend is parallel to the directions of prevailing winds, and yardings commonly occur in group. Yardings are formed in areas where rock of alternates hard and soft character are lines once above another with a gentle slope. So when such a rock formation is attacked repeatedly by winds loaded with abrasive and sand grains and blowing in the same direction, the softer layers of the formations are abraded quickly, leaving the hardest layer of the formation in the forms of overhanging ridge. So this is the best diagrams, yardings. So make it this feature. Thank you. Like, support, and subscribe this channel. Thank you.